Hey there guys and gals, just a quick one before we begin. Thank you so much for watching this guide. If it helps or if you enjoy it, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with a friend as well. Huge shout out as well to all my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, so thank you so much. Also, if you enjoy the dark side of gaming, which involves controversies with streamers and studios, murder and more, check out my podcast called Gaming's Darker Side. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you so much, and now, on with the good stuff. And here we are then, with the good stuff. And this is very Wholesome Games Presents. This is this is the good stuff. This is Minami Lane. This was developed by Doot, Blibloop, and Zakku. Published by Seven Studio. And is available for just £4.19 anyway, $4.99, but it is actually included on Gamepass as well, and boy, what a cozy little game this is. Very, very enjoyable. This is a management type game, but it's very easy, it's very enjoyable, and there's nothing to stress your buns off too much about it. A whole bunch of achievements. Basically, we have to complete 5 missions, with the optional missions being completed as well, plus a couple of miscellaneous achievements as we go through it, but of course I will be letting you know, and there'll obviously be timestamps as always. So, now this should take roughly about 2 hours to complete, so it shouldn't be too bad at all. So let's just go ahead and let's do it. Okay, so effectively what we're going to do is build buildings, and we need to perfect recipes. So as you can see here, our first mission, we have to have 15 villagers and 75% satisfaction rate and build a bobber shop, and the optional one is to complete it in 12 days or less. It may seem tricky, but it's generally not too difficult at all. So what you'll do, you press the X button there to add a building. Now you can obviously see we have a little bit of starting money already left to go. So, to get satisfaction rate then, obviously we need to basically beautify a town, and we also need to perfect recipes. Now, recipes in every level is going to be completely different for everyone. What you have to do in order to perfect the recipe. So, as you can see there, you'll click on the building, and we will be able to choose. Again, you won't be able to know until people start tasting it, and they will be able to tell you then that they want less noodles, or more pork, or more egg, or less shrimp, etc, etc. So for now, put in exactly whatever it is that you want. And what I'm going to do then, I'm going to be telling you what to build sort of for each day. As you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, we've got to do it in less than 12 days. It is very easy. But yeah, so again, I'll just explain things as I go along to make things a lot easier, rather than trying to explain things all at once and then it's all confusing. So, as you press the Y button to start the day, you can see there, for 1, now there is a coffee cup right there. Now, that is called a Tanuki. Now, I accidentally just clicked it right there, which is absolutely fine. But basically, we're going to get an achievement for finding a Tanuki. It's basically in a random object each day. So it could be a coffee cup, it could be an apple core on the floor right here, it could be absolutely anything, but it's an obvious looking thing. And obviously I will explain more as the day goes on. So always be on the lookout for, like I said, coffee mugs. It could be a video game controller, it could be something else. But yeah, so we're going to be getting that. It's the easiest to do in this first mission. Now, as you can see, like I said, I managed to get it on, it was a little coffee mug. But I accidentally clicked on him behind 2 people. So that's why you couldn't really see it there. But make sure that you've picked up that Tanuki. Tanuki. So as you can see there, we've got 40% well, it's still flying up there. But we've got 5 villagers from the One Modern Home. Every day you'll see this. It's a daily report. So we've got 5 villagers. We found the Tanuki, of course, the trash. Now, it's always worth picking up the trash as well, because it gives you extra money, as well as finding the Tanuki. Plus, of course, we need to build a bobber shop, finish in 12 days or less. So, for now, we are all good. Now, on to, if you go to the shops and satisfaction, it will actually tell you what the recipe is. So, if you got 10 out of 10, as you can see there, satisfaction recipe, it says 8 out of 10. So, it basically means that there's just 2 things that we need to tweak in order to get the perfect recipe. So we've built the ramen stand. Now we're going to build the park for beauty. Again, this also... Now, sometimes it will require some money and some specific amount of villagers. So, we should be good to go. Now, as I said, you can only change a recipe the very next day. So, when the day ends, as soon as you come up to the sort of new day, that's the only time that you can start a new recipe or change it. So, again, it's going to be a case of you start the day, people will go, and again, you can also press the right bumper. Oh, there's the Tanuki there for me there, just on the right-hand side next to the door, right next to the villager's house. But again, for the main part, just getting used to the game, you can see there then, now it really doesn't matter about the price, we don't care about the price, but as you can see there, I would like less eggs in their ramen. Again, yours is going to be completely different every time. So, obviously for the next one, I'm going to remember on the next day that we're going to put less eggs in the ramen. Now, every time as well, I only put it down or up by 1. There's no point going too crazy, going up and down or whatever. But as you can see, we're almost there at satisfaction rate already. This is kind of just more or less like a tutorial mission as we're going through it. So, but just remember, like I said, we are going to go to shop management. So you click on that, and I remember they wanted less egg, so I'll put 1 less egg in it. Profit doesn't matter too much again. The people will still buy your recipe, so that will so that really doesn't matter. For the next one, again, press the X button there to add a building, right bumper. As you can see there, we've got enough money in order to buy another house, so that is what we're going to do to get us 10 villagers. And then once again, we will start the day. Now, as I go through the game, I will just be basically... Oh, there's the Tanuki again for me. So yeah, the Tanukis, by the way, they usually should be in fairly obvious places, especially if you're trying to get them all through the first mission right here. So again, just have a look. As long as it says it has the perfect recipe for me, that is exactly what you want. So, again, you don't need to worry about the price, but as long as it always says it has the perfect recipe for me, then everybody are happy. So, as I said, as I go through the game, there will be days that I will be skipping, purely because there's no point in you seeing those days. But obviously I will be telling you what buildings to do, what upgrades to do, etc, etc, just to make things a little bit cheesier for you. Easier and cheesier. So, there we go. We're only on day 3 at the minute. We found another Tanuki trash. We still got to reach 75% satisfaction and get 5 more villagers. Now, of course, sometimes it is a management game, so sometimes you may not have enough money. So, if it comes to a case, you should be fine for this bit to put another modern house down, which will basically get rid of the 1 main mission objective. But sometimes you may not have enough money. And if it's a case of you don't have enough money, then you can just press the Y button to start the day again, so you can get a little bit more money. Yeah. So not every mission is timed like this one. There's only 2 missions out of the 5 which are timed. And they still have a lot of... It's basically a lot of time anyway. So again, make sure we're on to day 4. Make sure to find the Tanuki again. And then... At the minute, it is just a case of pressing the right bumper there. Again, you can see the bottom right-hand corner. Pressing the right bumper makes it go faster. Or if you wanted to, go left bumper all the way to the left in order to pause that snosh. But everyone seems to be delighted with our ramen. Now, again, also just be aware that sometimes, especially if a lot of days go on, sometimes the... recipe changes. So you think you got the perfect recipe, then all of a sudden they want less shrimp or they want less egg in it. So again, that's always something to be mindful of, but we won't worry about that just yet. Not until later on. So there we go. We've got 15 villagers in. We now need to get the 75% satisfaction rate. Plus build a bobber shop, which we are going to be doing next. Again, providing we have the money. Again, as we progress through the game, there will be certain points as well that you'll need certain satisfaction, certain villagers, and a certain amount of money. So if we press X and then right bumper to Bobber Cafe, you need 60% satisfaction, 10 villagers, and 200 bucks. As you can see, we only fulfill 2 out of 3 of those inquiries, categories. So, obviously, now I end up building another park. We need to build another park anyway, so it's probably worth just building the next park. If you didn't want to, you could just go ahead, press the Y button to start the day, and then just press the right bumper in order to get through the day into the next one. But again, remember to grab the Tanuki wherever he is for you on screen. But again, at the minute, we are just after... Now, with the two parks, of course, like I said, there are two basic main things in this game. Money and beauty. Obviously, the money will come from shops, but the parks and what are called onsens, which we'll get into mission 2, they are basically what will beautify the whole place and get people's satisfaction rate up as well. So, for now, just continue on with the rest of the day. So, we're on to day 7. Remember, we still need to beat this by level 12, but you should now have enough money and enough satisfaction and, of course, enough villagers to build a barber shop. Choose whatever roof shape and colours you want. Literally doesn't matter. But again, all we need to do then is basically now just get to 75% satisfaction rate. So, we're on day 7, so you should have more than enough. Again... The barber shop, exactly like the ramen stand, people will try it and people will tell you what they want. So again, if they want more cream, it will say, as we just look for the Tanuki. Again, there he is, the pair of glasses. Like I said, you can pause anything at any point just to have a look at some things. But again, as you'll be able to see here, as they buy things, it will tell you, or they will tell you what they want. I don't care about the price, so they want more tapioca. So, next time, we'll remember more sugar and more tapioca. Again, we'll go up by 1 each time, just in case. But I think this is going to be the point where I actually do just about get 75% satisfaction rate. And with it, I will complete the mission. And because I found, and hopefully you've found as well, the Tanukis on each day, you would have got 3 achievements straight off the bat. So let's just go ahead and end the day. Hopefully, this should end it for you. If not, you will just have to play through day 8. But hopefully, again, by then, if you've perfected the recipes and everything, you will have, you should then eventually, that's what I'm trying to say, get the win and get all 3 achievements. Now then, on to mission 2. Now, things get a little bit more complicated. Well, not really. There's just old people, and there are a couple more buildings that we just have to get into, that's all. So in this level as well, we're going to basically complete it by upgrading all of the buildings. So as you can see, we need to win with 9 buildings or less. And we need to have more youth than the elderly. And that's fine. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to do it. We're going to complete this mission with less than 9 buildings. And we're going to make sure to upgrade them all. First of all, this is what an onsen is, by the way. Like a cute little waterfall. That is an old people's home. And that is a ramen stand. Obviously, we know what a ramen stand is now. But this basically is what we are. So the onsen, you can keep upgrading as many times as you want. Whereas when you upgrade every other building, you can only upgrade it once. Makes sense, Red? Yes. So we're just going to start it off then by building a young people's home. So obviously this isn't a timed mission, which you've got to make sure to win the mission with 9 buildings or less. So, just like in the first mission, of course, you're going to start off with the ramen shop. You're going to put it as sort of 2 eggs, 3 noodles, whatever it is that you want. Now, what I am going to do here is I am going to upgrade this once as well, just so it is out of the way. You can upgrade it as much as you want, but in order to get the achievement, let's just get that little upgrade there for the onsen out of the way, so you won't forget it later on. So for now, like I said, we're gonna start the day because there's nothing else really to do, and just like in the first one, it'll be a case of looking out for the people and seeing what they enjoy. Do they want more noodles? Do they want less eggs? Do they want less this? Do they want less that? Do they want more this? Do they want more that? You know the drill. Did have enough money there to upgrade the one villager's house as well. So again, that's fully upgraded. So even when we start a new day, it won't need to be upgraded again. So let's just smash through the day for the time being. Now again, like I said, it's always worth still picking up rubbish and finding the Tanukis as well, because they do give you extra money. And that will come in megally handy. So, if you have been looking around and seeing, just making sure that you've been listening to the youths. Now, of course, what we're going to do is eventually we're going to basically build a second ramen stand. So we'll have one ramen stand for the young people, one ramen stand for the old people. So you will have to obviously look at what the young people are saying and do the young ramen stand the way they want it, and the same with the old people. Okay, so we've got the elderly, the elderly house, we've got the young house. We're going to build the second ramen stand. This is one which we are going to do, again, specifically for the youths, for the young people. Which, well, the future is now, old man. And of course, keep looking for the Tanukis, keep picking up rubbish wherever you see it. And just keep on having a look at people, seeing what their desires are. Now again, as I progress through the game, sorry, I'm very stuttery today, aren't I? But as I progress through the game, again, I'm not going to be showing you a lot of the days. Hopefully we're going to start getting used to the game, knowing what we're needing to do, so there won't be any point in showing, you know, pointless days which don't add anything except for money and some satisfaction. But again, just keep looking at all the people and seeing what they want. Okay. Alright. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. So, since drugs are bad, okay. What we can do, we can, again, obviously, you'd go into customize your ramen the way that the old people like it, the way that the young people like it, the way, obviously, we need to do that in order to satisfy this satisfactionaries. So we can choose an upgrade. You can either choose between getting more money or more beauty. Now, with the shop, so basically 2 of the stores are going to be upgraded for money generation. The third one will be upgraded for either more money or beauty. Again, doesn't matter which one. But yeah, because we're not being timed, of course, we don't have to win this in a set number of days. We can just continue on. If you just want to blast out through the days and get as much money as you can, obviously you're more than welcome to do that. So I don't actually have enough money to upgrade or anything, so we're just going to start a new day. Because, as you're going to see in just a moment, it's going to go straight to day 6. Again, I'll press Y to start the day just so we can get a bit more money rolling in. So, on to day 6. There we go. We've got a bit more money now popping in. So this time we still need a bookstore as well. But I'm just going to upgrade the elderly... Oh, am I? In fact, I'm going to upgrade something, and it's going to be the other ramen stand. We're going to upgrade that for some more money. I think. Yes. 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 No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. More money it was. Sorry, I got a little bit confused there. So again, we'll just start the day. So hopefully we can get a little bit more money rolling in. And then once that day is done, I actually already done. I did day 7 as well. So that puts us straight onto day 8. Again, so I started the 2 days without doing anything significant, just to get the more money in. Now we should be able to go ahead and buy the bookstore. You should have 65% satisfaction, 250 bucks, and 10 villagers. Now, again, with this, there's a shop and there's a bookstore. There's also a karaoke bar in Mission 4. But basically, everything's random. So if you think that specifically young people would read comic books and manga and fantasy novels, well, you'd be surprised. Again, just like the ramen shops and everything, it's all completely different. So the old people, this is what the old people may all like. It's what the young people may all like. So we're just not too sure for that one. But what we are going to do is not upgrade, and we'll just go ahead and start day 8. Okay, now that we've got a little bit of money, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the bookstore and I'm going to beautify it. And then we're just going to go ahead and start the day again. So, after starting just a few more days to get a little bit more money, I'm now going to upgrade the old people's home right here. And we're just going to basically beautify that again. Remember, we need to get to 80% satisfaction rate. And again, we are going to do it by upgrading all of the buildings. And so far, we have upgraded all the buildings. But I ended up struggling getting to 250 bucks per day. Now, what you can do is obviously, for all 3, you can just keep raising the prices by sort of $1 a day. Just to see, until the point they start getting really, really annoyed with it. Or you can just go ahead and build another shop. Remember, we have to win this mission with 9 buildings or less. So you've still got a little bit of wiggle room if you are sort of struggling to grab that 250 bucks per day thing. Right, so all we've got left to do is earn 250 bucks or per day or more. Now, this actually took me, as you can see, I was on day 10. I ended up doing a couple of days and nothing seemed to be working. So remember, we've still got a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm just going to go ahead and you can either put in more villagers or you can go ahead and put in another shop. Obviously, doesn't particularly matter which one, because either or will get you more customers. It'll probably be better to get more villagers, I believe. But still, yeah, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. So pop the profit up there to $7, and then hopefully one of these days, Alice, one of these days, I'm going to love you unconditionally. So ended up going up to day 15. And as you can see, satisfaction rate is good. Now remember, whatever new buildings, if you do decide to put a new building in, remember to upgrade it as well. Now, if you've been just smashing through the days, of course, you should have more than enough money in order to build it and upgrade it as well. So I ended up having to go to 8 out of 9 buildings, purely because for whatever reason, some of it can be luck-based. Some can work in your favor, and other times it can't. And for this mission specifically, it really, really wasn't. But I believe now this is the one where I smash out 250. And with that then, we are dim-diddly... Ah, god damn it! We're not done. Okay. Right. We need 80% satisfaction. Again, as I said, it can be luck-based. You may get this a lot earlier than day 16, which hopefully you do. But like I said, I have 8 out of 9 buildings, so if you do need that little bit more money or whatever, you do have one building you can mess around with right there. Well, it's about damn time. Okay, finally. And since we've upgraded all the buildings, which hopefully you have as well, you will get another 3 achievements there as well. So what do we have? Tiny and lively, youths and elders, and fully upgraded. Job done. So on to mission 3. Again, this one's quite easy. Again, we're not getting timed for it, and we're not going for any miscellaneous achievements in this one. We're just going to do the mission and the main mission and the optional mission. And the mission is finishing the mission with 6 buildings or less, build a florist and attract 4 cats per day. And the optional is make sure to pet 20 cats before completing the mission. So again, that one is easy enough. Obviously, you do need a little bit of money going in, but for the most part, we're going to try and beautify the town. Now, obviously, the more beautiful that you get, obviously in the top left-hand corner as well, the rose icon is how much beauty that there is. Obviously, the more beautiful the street, the more cats will appear. And for the main mission, we need 4 cats per day. So what we're going to do as we're going on, we're not going to build the florist until very, very last, because we don't want to accidentally win the mission without doing the Optional mission. So there we go. That first building there, you press on the spanner, you are able to pay $200 to get the recycling thing done. Then just interact with the recycling logo in front of the stores. Remember, for the main mission, we need to complete this with 6 buildings or less. So we'll just go down with 1 shop. And that'll be it then. So again, this is, again, slightly an easy one. This is more to do with, we'll just continue on making sure this town is as beautiful as possible. So we start off, again, as always, make sure to pick up the rubbish and find the Tanukis for a bit more money. So, of course, we're not going to be finishing until we pet all of those damn 20 cats. Now, normally I'd be all like, yeah, let's go cats, but unfortunately I'm allergic to cats, so they're going to have to replace it with dogs. But of course, many people love cats, the scrammy little darlings as they are. But yeah, so obviously we're going to need to try and make a little bit more money. Obviously, because we do still want to upgrade some of these buildings in order to beautify some of these buildings in order to get those cats going, obviously. So we're going to need an onsen as well. Now this is one where really you can sort of put whatever you want down. Like I said, all we're going to do is not put the florist building down until very, very last. So you're going to put whatever buildings that you want down if you are after a little bit more money. And if you're going to upgrade them, we're going to upgrade them to beautify. But of course, we don't want more than 6. So, yeah, you don't go too mad with the buildings, of course. But we are obviously going to get an onsen down. It doesn't matter. Obviously, you can just recycle the buildings as well if you do accidentally put too many down. Now, here are where the cat's going to start appearing. So as soon as your village is beautiful enough, you will hear a little meow. And they will always be on the right-hand side of the street. So it is always worth just keeping your ears and eyes out. So again, fast forward the day as you see fit. Just keep an eye out on the right-hand side there. Obviously, petting a cat for the first time will also get you a little bit more money as well. So that will also come in hugely handy. So again, we are going to not build more than 6 buildings, but again, you can just keep upgrading the onsen as much as you want and just smashing through the days as many times as you want. Again, all we're focusing on is just petting 20 cats, and then we'll start to head towards the main mission stuffs. There's another 2 that have just appeared. So, 1, 2, skip a few from day 4 to day 9. The rhyme sort of, I unrhymed it. I didn't rhyme it. Anyway, so I've just basically smashed out a bunch of the days, got a little bit more money so we can upgrade some of the buildings to make it more beautifying. Obviously, the more beauty, the better. That's how the more cats are going to appear. So that's already 3. And there's the 4th one. So, now, although we have had... Now, this is just like what I was on about the recipes earlier. So, as you can see there, attract 4 cats per day. We've also now petted 20 cats. So, obviously, as the days have gone on, I've petted all the cats that have appeared. So, hopefully, if you are roughly on around the same day as me, you should now have the optional objective complete. The florist, though, requires $300 and 15 villagers, which is bloody annoying. So you're going to have to upgrade one of the buildings in order to get that. But of course, to upgrade the building, you need more money. So again, smash through a couple more days until you have enough money in order to upgrade one of the houses buildings. Now, like I said, like I was going to say, actually, with the cats, every day is a completely new day. So there may be a day where you only attract 3 out of 4 cats. So, again, if that is the case, like it was for me on this day, day 13, annoyingly, I then had to make it a little bit more beautiful. So, again, have to smash through an extra day or 2 in order to get enough money. But we should now have enough money and everything, enough money, villagers, and satisfaction to build the florist. So that is the florist done. Again, making sure that we have petted more than 20 cats in order to fulfill the optional objective. Once we have done that, we can then build the florist, and then it'll just be a case of smashing through the days, making it more beautiful until 4 cats will appear. Since that is the only one left, as soon as you get that 4th cat to appear, the main mission will, the mission will end, and you'll get another 2 achievements popping off. Ta-da! That's my ta-da voice in happiness. Ta-da! Right, that is the Purrfect street done. We've got everything. Now we are on to mission 4. Now this one is it's the most... It's not very complicated, but it is rather complicated, purely because the second objective, the optional objective, requires us to beat it in 21 days. So we need to hire a shop investigator. We need to have 2 10 out of 10 ramen recipes and 2 10 out of 10 karaoke song selections. Now, the shop investigator, I will explain more right now. What the shop investigator does is he basically goes into every store and he tells you which things that the old people like and which things that the young people like. So that is how you will know how to get the karaoke bar songs done. Otherwise, because all they say is, I went into this shop and bought one thing. That is as helpful as a kick to the nads, isn't it, really? Or a kick to the girl nads, I suppose. But yeah, so a little bit more on that later. But what you're going to do is do exactly as I do here. So, you already get the one house to start off with. We're going to start off with the ramen shop. Now, yeah, so we've got the youth house. We're going to start off then with a ramen shop. And, of course, we need a 10 out of 10 recipe for the youth and for the old people. So, eventually, we will buy the... obviously, buy the 2 and try to perfect each recipe. So, obviously, as you've been doing in the previous 3 missions, you've just probably been skipping through the days. We are not going to do that because we're under a strict time limit. I mean, it's not that strict. But, you know, you don't want to accidentally go over and have to start it all over again. What we are going to do, we are going to beautify the villager's home, first of all. So make sure that that is beautified, and we are not going to skip the days this time. What you're going to do is listen and look out very carefully. We want to try and perfect the youth recipe as quickly as possible. So obviously you need to be paying attention, so don't just skip through the days. Again, obviously pet the cats and the rubbish as they go on. Also, there will be cyclists in this mission as well. So there is an achievement for dinging all cyclists, just like the Tanukis, finding all the Tanukis in mission 1. You can greet cyclists, but I'm not going to worry about that in this mission. We'll worry about that in mission 5. Again, purely because we're just in under a bit of a time limit, so we just want to basically crack on with the main mission. So, again, we're not going to skip through the days. We're going to look at each of the residents' opinions and thoughts on the recipes, and basically, we are just going to go, we're going to be catering for the youth this time. So if you want to name your shop there, pressing the Y button, you can name them Young, Youthful, and Honky, or something. But anyway, once you do have enough money, we're going to get another ramen shop, either another ramen shop or an elderly mansion, whichever one you fancy. I just popped the elderly mansion down there first. Again, we can't add another building until we start a new day, so we are going to have to start the new day. So again, take this opportunity in order to try and perfect the youth recipe for this ramen store. So, on to day 3. So, hopefully you've got a bit of an idea now where we're getting close to perfecting said recipes. Again, you will likely more than likely be at sort of around day 5, maybe day 6, where you have perfected that youth recipe. And it'll be the same here with the elderly as well. So, again, don't go skipping through the days. Make sure to listen to what the old people and the young people are saying in which specific recipe that they like. Now, again, just in order to avoid some confusion with Ramen Shop 1 and 2, I'm going to call this one Old Spice. Because, you know, Old Spice and such. The joke's there. The joke's there. I'm a tired old boy right now. So, yep, go ahead and put it in as obviously anything random. You know, hopefully you are pretty much used to the game by now, so you know what to do, where to go, how to do, and how to D. But yeah, so you're going to take the next sort of day or two. Again, even if you do get to day 5 or 6, even 7, don't panic. Again, just keep going until you have perfected the recipe. So there you go. At the minute then, the young people's ramen noodle store is done. So we're just going to start getting the old person's ramen store. Again though, even though for now it does say that they have perfected it, they may change their mind later on down the line. So it is always worth just keeping an eye out and just making sure that they still say that it is perfect recipe. Because sometimes they change their mind and you'll have to put in less or more of something of what they want. So I skipped a day, started day 4, obviously just listened to old people's happiness of ramen. Now on to day 5, or whatever day it is, hopefully you're on roughly the same. We're going to build an onsen. Now obviously this is for beautifulnesses and satisfaction rates, which again is what we need. So once you've built that and you have messed around with the old people's ramen, or hopefully again, definitely by day 6, you should have at least the youth recipe complete. And hopefully the old person's one almost complete as well. But basically, after that one, we can now add another building. What we're going to build now is you can either do an elderly mansion or a youth house. So doesn't matter which one, because I'm young. I'm not that old yet, middle-aged, but I'm not old. So I just went for a young house. Now, by this point, again, at the minute, I got kind of lucky. I'm on day 6, but by sort of day 8 to 10 is when we should have perfected both of the recipes. So again, obviously keep having a look at the cats. If you are looking out for Cyclists for the Ding Ding achievement, obviously keep an eye out for that as well. So obviously, you know, even if you've got a few days on me at the minute and you're already on day 7, 8 or even 9, again, do not panic. We've still got up to 21 days. But for now, our focus is just on perfecting both of the recipes. So as you can see, some wants less noodles, one wants more shrimp. So that's what we're going to do for the next time. Again, always listen to the youths as well, because as I said earlier, they do change their mind sometimes. Because they're goddamn annoying. But again, just smash through the days until we have perfected both recipes. So the last few buildings that we need to, well, build is 2 karaoke bars, and we are only going to get 2 karaoke bars. Again, 1 for the youth, 1 for the elderly. We don't want any more than that, because that's goddamn confusing. And you know, old people, they get confused at the sight of their own reflection, don't they? So, let's not confuse them too much. Yeah, I'm just joking. But the main one is the service centre. Now, I actually highly advise buying the service centre first. That is where we're going to get the shop investigator. Now, if you hire the shop investigator first and then do the 2 karaoke bars, well, that means that you can, after each day, you can go into each karaoke bar and see what the young people like and what the old people like, and then just switch them out accordingly. But that was, the karaoke bar, basically, it's the one that has tripped up many people in this mission, and it almost tripped me up as well. Again, you'll see that I do end up putting the karaoke bar down first, and then the service centre last. But again, I highly advise putting the service centre down first. So as you can see then, the ramen shop, the young people's ramen shop, has decided, well, it's not the perfect recipe anymore. So, that's why I always say, make sure to have a look at least one young person or old person, just in case they have changed their minds, which of course, as you can see, they have done. So that's something to keep an eye out for. So, again, after perfecting both of the recipes, hopefully by about day 10 you should have perfected them both, as I sned. Right said Fred. Now, as I said not so long ago, highly advise you to buy the service centre first to hire the shop investigator, and then obviously he'll be popping in and out of shop. You know what I'm trying to say, my English isn't Englishing, as per usual. Otherwise, if you click onto the karaoke bar, then you can select 3 items that go into your shop. Now, ones that sound young and ones that sound old literally makes no difference, because in your game and my game, it's all going to be random. So the old people are going to like completely different, 3 different songs. The young people and the old people are going to like 3 completely different songs. So normally, when you hire the shop investigator, you will see a picture, a young or old person picture, just to the right of the vinyl discs right there, indicating what songs that the old person or the young person likes. Because if you're going to try and do it this way, as you can see, they'll say, I'm happy they have a certain song in the bar. Alright, that's good. You know that they like the Demon song and the Takeyoki Yaka Maka Paka, whatever it is. But then it's the 3rd song, which we don't know what they like. And instead of just trying to guess all the time and picking one in and out and all of that stuff, honestly, that is why the shop investigator comes in a lot more handy. Because they'll either say, oh, I'm happy they've got something there, or they just say, there's 2 things that I bought. Now, obviously, you'll know that there's 2 songs, but you don't know which 2 songs, so it will just take a lot longer to flick between all the songs. That is why we need the shop investigator. So, again, that's why we're going to be skipping. I am going to be skipping the next few days. I think it's going to be up to day 14, where I eventually get enough money and buy the service centre. Oh, you ungrateful little snotbags! Okay, right, you know what? I like old people again. Once they have a certain recipe they like, they stick with it. They eat that corned beef pie for the rest of their goddamn days. That asbestos pizza they used to have in the 50s, they still eat that today. Oh, young people though, I don't like this egg in it anymore. Take it out. Where? God damn it! Anyway, now I'm just sounding like an old person on Facebook complaining about every single thing. So, as you can see, we go to the karaoke bar and we go in, what songs are we going to pick? This is going to take an awfully long time, which is why I am going to go, let's build the service center. Build the damn service center, everyone. Trust me, don't make my mistake. Here we go. Look, see, I got there eventually, didn't I? So, build a service center. You should have more than enough villagers and more than enough money as well. So, go down to shop survey, press hire. Again, you should have enough money if you've just been smashing out through the days. If you don't have enough money, just go and do another day or two until you get enough money. So now, for the time being, all you're going to do is click on the cyclists as they go past. Again, doing that will obviously give you a bit more money. Same with the cats. Until we have reached the end of the day. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. The young people have finally decided they like it. So, as we begin the new day, if we go to the karaoke bar, the shop management, there we go. So we can see then that 2 of the young people like those specific songs. So, in that one karaoke bar, you're going to keep those ones. And then if you flick it to the next karaoke bar, you can see that the old people like Elastic Love and Pray With Me. So, it is now literally just a case of, obviously you're going to get rid of Demon, and then we are going to put, now I think it was Pray With Me in this one. And then the same with, if we get rid of Let Me Go for this one, you're going to pop down Demon. So, again, I've got more than enough days here where I can just swap out the songs. As long as you've got 2 or 3 days spare, you should get this with no problems. So there we go. I smashed through the day. Oh no, inflation skyrockets for no reason. Isn't that the goddamn truth? Do our wages go up? No. Does my YouTube money go up? No, that's actually going down. Anyway, that's enough bitching from the old person right here. So as you can see, the old people are done. So it was Demon. Again, the songs are going to be different for you. But just keep swapping out the songs until it is complete. Obviously, you know it's not going to be Demon for this one. So it's going to be Elastic Love, Let Me Go, or Pray With Me. So it's going to be either one of those 3. And it will be the same with you. So if there's not a young person or an old person that is next to it, swap out the songs until you are all good. And then, yeah, hopefully you've got enough, and you should have got this done by day 21, and that is job done. One last mission to go. So, we're on to mission 5. Now, this one does take a while, but again, we can basically relax with this one. So, the mission is we just need to bring 4 yokai into our neighborhood, and the optional is to complete mission with all available building in our street. Now, again, what we're going to do for this mission as well is look for every cyclist on the way past. Because we don't have the pressure of being timed to complete it in under a certain amount of days, make sure then that, yes, it's going to be big, because we are going to need to put every single building down, but make sure to look for every single cyclist. If for whatever reason you missed the achievement, you'll have to replay mission 4 or mission 5. So we're obviously just going to start here with the young person's house, but we are also going to get a lot of the rest of the miscellaneous achievements in this one as well. And that is for having 100% satisfaction, which we need to do in order to complete this mission anyway. Have 50 or more beauty and have 50 or more villagers in our street, plus pet 100 cats and earn 1,000 bucks in a single day. Also, we are going to have a 10 out of 10 recipe and pricing in 4 different shops. But what we're not going to do is focus on that for now. We're not going to bother with the 10 out of 10 recipes. I mean, it's again, try and do as close to the perfect recipes as you can. We still need to get our satisfaction rate up. We need it up to 100% to complete the mission anyway. Plus, of course, we need as much money as we can to earn 1,000 bucks in a day. Now, I think this took me up to sort of 21 to 22 days. That was to put all buildings down on the street. So, yeah, it is just going to be a case of, well, doing what I just did. So, again, you should have more than enough money here. Again, we're just going to mess around. Like I said, we're not going to focus on the customer listener achievement for having the 10 out of 10 recipes in 4 different shops. But we are going to get as close as we can to the perfect recipes, again, in order to get as much money and satisfaction as we can. So, to make things easier as well, as we go through the shops, I'm just going to go through the shops one by one, just so I know what I've put down. So, obviously, I've put a couple of houses down because we need 50 villagers. But in terms of the shop, we've got the ramen shop, so then I'm going to go to the next shop. So, as you can see there, I've just skipped it over to day 5. And then, after messing around with this cheeky little ramen recipe, man, I could really go for some ramen right now, actually. It's that is just delicimundo. So, we're going to go for the shop here, the konbini. And again, you can put in whatever it is that you want for now. Again, when we do, we're going to hire a shop investigator as well a little bit later on. And he will tell you what the young people or old people will like. But again, for now, don't worry too much about it. Again, as I said, make sure to keep dinging the cyclists as they appear as well for the ding-a-ding-ding achievement. And we head to day 6. Well, the achievement's called Ring Ring, actually, not Ding Ding. We're going to add another building now. We're going to add the elderly mansion. Now, well, we're going to add the Boba Cafe. We're going to do the mansion, the cafe. We're going to do... Oh, in fact, we can't do the Boba Cafe yet. We need 60% satisfaction anyway. Right, okay, no problem. We're going to do a park. You need to put a park down anyway, so we are going to do the park. That will get some beauty up. Then just go ahead and, once again, start the day. Ooh, don't we love our thriving community? So we're on to day 8, and I know you're probably going to get sick of me for saying this, but Again, make sure every day you're dinging the cyclists as they ride past. We need that ring achievement. So we are going to get more money. I did just upgrade the shop. You don't have to upgrade the shops if you don't want, but if you are looking for that little bit more money, it's definitely worth doing. I just went ahead, started the day. We ended up then at day 9. So next up then, I'm going to upgrade. Again, remember, we need... so I upgraded the park for beauty. We do need 50 beauty and 50 villagers as well. So... once again, smash through the next day. Okay, so next up then, we're on to day 10. Doesn't matter about the days, of course, but we are going to next. We've done the Konbini shop. We are now going to do the Boba Cafe. We should have enough satisfaction in that now, so we should be good to go. Again, as I said, we are going to want to do the 10 out of 10 recipe for satisfaction, but don't focus and worry about it just yet. And again, the reason that we're doing a lot of different shops is because you need those 4 10 out of 10 recipes in 4 very different shops, not the same one. So you can't have it in like 2 ramen stores and 2 Boba shops. No, 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 no. Right, so once you've done that day, day 10 is done. We're on to day 11. Hopefully we should have enough for something, which, well, we've got enough for an onsen. So we need to put an onsen down, so we'll do that. Start the day. Continue on your way. Ding ding the cyclists as they come. Hooray. Yeah. Oh, and the little kitty cats as well. Because, of course, as long as you've been petting the cats, or enough cats, you should, and I believe it is this day where I'm going to get the achievement for petting 100 cats. Now, if it comes to that point where you're not able to, by the end of the game, get the achievement for petting 100 cats, don't worry, we can literally just go into sandbox mode. If you are wondering, yes, I did just accidentally burp there, just in case you heard that. Sorry, that is disgusting and pig-like of me. Apologies. Apologies, pig. I'm a spider pig, what can I say? But yes, so you may or may not get the achievement for petting 100 cats. If you don't, like I said, you can just go straight into sandbox mode, which we will be doing at the end of the game anyway. And we can just get it there a lot easier. Basically, we can start off with unlimited money and go nuts with it. So don't panic too much if you don't get that just yet. But hopefully you should have enough money. We're going to make a bookstore. Again, if you don't have enough money, again, just go through to the next day until we have enough there to build another building. And as I said, I'm just cycling through each shop. Because it's just easier to... I mean, it's easier for me. You do whatever it is that's easier for you. Of course, of course. Now, I accidentally go and pop a Boba shop down. I meant to press the B button, and I accidentally ended up pressing the X button. So, yeah, don't be silly here and waste money on a Boba shop or Boba Cafe, which we don't need. So, you know, if you did do that, then, you know, it's fine, it doesn't really matter. But, you know, just if you want to save yourself a couple of bucks, and go for it. Again, hopefully you are ding-dinging the cyclists as they go ring-ringing past your ear hole. So we got the bookstore. We will do the service center next. Again, you don't have to do this in this specific order. We can hire the shop investigator in a little bit after we get some more money. Again, you don't have to do this in this specific order, but obviously I'm just showing you that you need to just put down every single building. So once we have finished that day, so as you can see there, I earned about 300 odd bucks. So we are starting to get there. We will hire the shop investigator so we can eventually start focusing a bit more on the customer listener achievement. Now, obviously it's going to get to the point where we're going to make a lot of money, so it is definitely worth upgrading the buildings to get more money in, or, you know, beautifying it. Probably better to try and get more money so we can get the 1,000 bucks in a day done. So I've headed up now to day 16, almost on 400 bucks, as you can see. I've got a bookstore. So yeah, what are we going to do? What haven't we got yet? A florist. We don't have a florist, so you should by now have enough satisfaction, money, and villagers in order to build a florist. Now, of course, what you're going to want to do at the end of every day, you will see how many buildings that you have built. As long as it says 11 out of 12, then you are onto a winner, and then we can focus on the miscellaneous achievements. Obviously, the 12th one is the yokai tree, so you won't be able to get that until the very end anyway. So that's why we're going to focus on the miscellaneous achievements. But if we don't have a karaoke bar, so let's go ahead and pop a karaoke bar in. So again, I've done that after a couple of days just to get a little bit more money in my Pockwed. Pop down whatever random one it is. Again, at the end of every day, now that we've got the shop investigator, he's going to tell us which one the old people like, which one the young people's likes. So we're on 10 out of 12. So now we do just need one more building, one more optional building left to do, and it's done the onsen, done the service. It's the yokai tree, which of course we'll get with 100% satisfaction. Oh, it's going to be the old people home, isn't it? We haven't done the old people's. Oh, I'm sorry, old people. You were too busy looking for things that offend you on Facebook and social media, so I forgot all about you. My bad, my bad. Okay, so what we're going to do now is focus on getting the achievements for... So we've got 11 out of 12 buildings done, so we don't have to worry about building anymore if you don't want to. Obviously, we are going to need to build some villagers' houses, the young people's houses, as it were, because that's what we're going to focus on next, getting 50 villagers and 50 beauty. So feel free to spend your money as well. Once we've, again, like I said, we're close to day 20. We should start rolling in the money now. So we're going to keep upgrading the villagers and elderly people's homes. Oh, look at that, I'm one short. It's up to you. You can either just go with the villagers or beautify it. Completely up to you, whichever way you want to do it. Obviously, again, make sure to ding those cyclist little ting-tings. But yeah, so again, we should be smashing out more of the money. Again, we're gonna, oh, look at that, one more bloody villager. Obviously, if you want to, you can just go ahead and upgrade the onsen by, one, I think it's just one, beauty each time. Is this gonna be the day I get the Pet the Cat achievement? I don't know. But anyway, again, we're focusing on purely the villagers and the beauty. But I'm definitely sure this is the one I get the Pet the Cat achievement for 100 cats. Ding the cyclist. Obviously pause it if you are having a bit of trouble now, seeing through the throngs of people. Yep. This is the one. We have petted 100 cats. Again, if you get this now, great. If you don't, we could do it in sandbox mode. But pretty much, if you've been playing the game and smashing through the days, and petting the cats as you've been going on. You should be very close if you haven't got it already. So let's go ahead, finish the day. Obviously, you need to be picking up rubbish as well. If you be picking up the rubbish, it'll give you more money, it'll give you more satisfaction rate, and everybody be happy. 4 cyclists. Man, get the... Luckily, there's no cars, actually, so there's going to be no accidents and nobody's angry. Cyclists are welcome in this game. Right, we are going to... What do we get? Nah, got up to 45 beauty. You can, if you want. Now, I ended up doing that for more money. I'm now currently looking at trying to get the $1,000 a day. We're close to satisfaction. We're close to the other 2 villagers and beauty. So, yeah. Oh, in fact, there we go. I chuck a house down. Got enough money to chuck a house down. There we go. That's 50 or more villagers done. So, the next one will be after we have completed the next day, and we ended up on day 22. Happy birthday, Tom. Congratulations, Tom. That spells time of the month in women's language, Tom. But we've got enough money now to upgrade. We can upgrade the onsen until we get to beauty 50. That'll get us the green thumb achievement. So in this next day as well, we should also get the reaching 100% satisfaction. Again, this could be one where you've already done it, or you're a little bit more, or you're a little bit less than me. Again, we're not under a time limit, so we are just going to craft the perfect recipes. You will get it anyway, because you need it in order to finish the main mission. What I should say about the customer listener achievement as well, for having the 10 out of 10 recipes and pricing in 4 different shops, you can't do old people and young people. You can't mix and match. Because, imagine a young person and an old person together. Naked in bed! Oh, now I got that in your head. You got to think of it too. No, but basically, you can either have just 4... If you try to just cater to the young people for 4 different shops, or if you're going to do it for the old people, just do it for 4 different old people in 4 different shops. You can't mix and match. You can't put butter on their bread. You've got to do it all young or all old. Depends which one. Like I said, I'm youthful and hunky, so I'm sticking with the youth. But obviously, as you can see, yeah, the old people. Now, in terms of pricing, by the way, the pricing is not going to be the issue. Purely because if you put the prices low, then all the young people will love it. If you put the prices quite high, at sort of $8 to $9 of profit, the old people will really enjoy that. And that is unfortunately why old people get scammed a lot these days, because too many annoying and stupid people try and take advantage of the dear elderlinesses. So, yes. So, for now, then, you can do whichever shops that you want. But again, remember, we have to do it in 4 different shops. It can't be like 2 ramen stands, 2 flower shops, 2 bookstores. Got to be 4 different ones. And because we've got the investigator, obviously, you can press the right trigger and left trigger to see what the old and young people are saying. And then you can adjust things accordingly. So that, again, makes things a lot easier. And obviously, as you can see there, it says the previous day satisfaction for the recipe and the price. So just go through each shop, seeing what the young people say, or old people, depending on your choice, and adjust accordingly. So, because I did a lot of messing around and at the start of this day, basically tried to get as much satisfaction as we could, I ended up getting 100% satisfaction on this day, so that achievement will unlock anyway. Now, I know a lot of people have said you can get that easily done in sandbox mode, but we need it on this mission anyway in order to complete it. So, yeah, there we go. So next up then, what we're going to do now is we are going to earn $1,000 in a single day, which should be... Now, Again, it may be a case of it being slightly lucky in terms of, you know, sometimes you'll get 800, sometimes you get 900, sometimes you get close to 1,000. But again, what I'm doing is I'm just going to go through each shop again, listening to what the young, again, I'm just going with the young people, go through each shop on each day, seeing what the young people say, adjust it accordingly, and then with that, hopefully more young people will appear, pay the stuff, get a grand, and again, get that customer listener achievement. Again, if you are going for the young people, the lower the price, the better, so I always do it at about $2 to $3 profit. So I ended up going through day 23 with no luck, but it was day 24 for me, where again, because I was listening to the recipes of the young people, sorting it out what they wanted, I ended up making $1,138 in a day. Oh my god, I wish it was that easy to make that. Because after my car just came out of the garage, it cost me £219 dues, which has skinted me out for the rest of the week. Could really do with that cheeky grand right now. But anyway, that's enough of my young people problems. So now that we have that, what you should have left now is, for this mission, is obviously the Ring Ring achievement for greeting all cyclists in a mission, but the customer listener achievement as well. So now we are totally going to focus on that. By now, you know, I'm on to day 25. You'll probably roughly be on about the same. Hopefully by now, if you've been going through each shop on each day, hopefully you'll be on close to, if not all, 4 10 out of 10 recipes for your choice of person. So if that's the case, you can obviously see there in the bottom left hand side, you've got 10 out of 10 for recipe and price. If it's just price that you're after, old people equals more money, young people equals less money. So that's that. But once you have got that done, again, it may take a day or two. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully you can just get it done. But as long as you've got 10 out of 10 recipes for at least 4 shops and you've adjusted the prices, you should be good to go for the next day. Oh yeah, we did it. But it's a bet on the other team to win. We won't be going for pizza. We did do it. So now we can go ahead. We've done all of the miscellaneous achievements that we, it's probably been a long time coming, this one. We're on to day 26. But now we can go ahead and finally build the yokai tree. And because obviously we've gone through a lot of the miscellaneous stuff, we can go ahead and upgrade it and we can just bash out. We need 4 of these yokai people. So you can get 4, you can get 5, you can get whoever the hell you want. Really doesn't matter. But as long as you got 4, you can just go ahead, start the day. And effectively, again, make sure to ding all the cyclists as they go past on your final day. On this, your final day. And then once it is done, I am picking up the trash as well, because of course there is an achievement which I apparently have failed to mention, but there is an achievement for picking up 300 trash, which you probably wouldn't get throughout the majority of the main game anyway, so we'll get that in sandbox mode. But there we go. So we've won Mission 5, we've completed the optional object, Blissful Harmony, everyone is here, and providing that you ding all the Cyclists ring rings on the way through, you should get the ring achievement as well. Again, if for whatever particular reason you didn't, you'll just have to replay either Chapter 4 or Chapter 5. Now, it's probably easier to do it in Chapter 5 since all you need... Oh, in fact, you need 100% satisfaction. Hopefully you've got the achievement anyway and you don't need to replay it. But all we got left then, all you should have left is Trash Raccoon. If you do have 1 or 2 other achievements left, again, we can just go ahead and get them in sandbox mode right now, unless you somehow missed one of the optional objectives. But once the credits roll and you're all good to go, head to the right to the sandbox mode. And we're going to go to creative mode, of course. Can't be dealing with limited starting money. That's my life down to a T. Limited starting money. Wake up. Oh, I'm on limited starting money. Can you afford a can of Lando Norris Monster? Barely. Anyway, as you can see, you've got a whole crap ton of money. So, what we are going to do... Now, I initially thought that if you build a whole bunch of shops, that's where people get the rubbish from. But that's not necessarily the case, I don't believe. It's up to you anyway, but effectively, what we're going to do, you can just go ahead and instead of building a whole bunch of villagers' houses, you can actually just build one yokai tree and just keep spamming until you get to about 150 to 200 villagers. Once those villagers, basically at the end of the day... Now, what I done it backwards, more or less. So I built a whole bunch of stuff. And then I built a yokai tree. But basically, what you're going to want to do, I highly advise getting to about 150 or sort of close to 200 villagers as you can. And then at the very end of the day, when it gets to about 7:50, 7:55 PM, pause the game, pick up all the rubbish, and then that'll be job done. And you'll just have to replay that as many times as you can until you get the last achievement for Trash Raccoon. And yeah. Oh man, look at that money rolling in right now. Ugh. You know what? If I was good at making ramen, god damn it, I'd make the best ramen. But I can barely shave my own pubic hairs, so yeah. No, I'm joking. No, I'm a pretty decent cook, but I'm not decent enough to open up my own restaurant. Plus, I'm too lazy as well, which obviously doesn't help. But once you have done, like I said, it took me to day 5. In fact, I ended up putting it to over 200 villagers. But they will drop enough rubbish. Once you have picked up enough rubbish, the achievements will unlock. And that should be your 1000 out of 1000 for this very wholesome, very cozy, and very enjoyable game. We do enjoy these games, especially when they come to Game Pass. So kudos to the developers and the publishers for putting it on here for everyone to enjoy. And remember, it's only $4 as well. But there we go. So thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. I shall see you in the next Game Pass game. Big nipple love. No, wait. Just regular love.